Hello, Quantum Tribe, and welcome to March 2020. Can you believe it? We're already in March. It was a bit of a wake-up call for me on the 1st of March when I realized, geez, 2 months of the year has already gone by. It's time to get real, to do the work on ourselves and improve every area of our lives. When we started the year, if we said, this is our year, then we've got to make this our year. So the topic for this month is manifestation. Always a very exciting topic, but today we're going to take a deeper dive into manifestation. So a reminder of what we covered last month on the levels of consciousness. So most of humanity is unfortunately existing on level 1, which is unconscious. So when we live unconsciously, we believe that life is happening to me. At this stage, life is quite a struggle. We feel that we're going from challenge to challenge. It's one trauma after the other. We solve a problem and the next one is there. We have relationship struggles. We have money issues. We have problems with co-workers and physical illnesses, and we wonder what is going on. We feel like we're the victim of our lives. So when we move to level 2, it's an awakening that happens. And any awakening can either come because of pain that we're experiencing, or it can come from inspiration. And as we move through these levels, we understand more and more that we do not have to learn and grow through pain and suffering, that we can actually opt to learn through inspiration. So when we move to level 2 and we start becoming more aware of our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, and that we are creating our reality due to what we're putting out there, it is an exciting phase where we can start to take more control of our lives and say, I create my reality. So at this phase, you can see life is happening by me. I am the creator of my destiny, of my life, of my results. So at this phase, we start reading the books, we're listening to all the audios, we're watching the amazing YouTube videos that are out there from great teachers across the world. And we're using this to take back the control, to say, this is where I'm at, this is the result that I want. How do I now start using affirmations, visualization, aligning my energy with what it is I want so that I create that? Level 3 consciousness is now moving beyond the control to a place of surrender, of allowing, of being so completely present and in the moment, of allowing life to happen through you. Now, this is the level of the magic and miracles. This is where it requires a bit of courage, because it means we're literally stepping into the unknown. We have no idea. And there's a beautiful prayer from A Course in Miracles that actually describes the level 3 existence quite beautifully. Where it is, dear God, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? And if we start a day with that kind of intention, now we're becoming more receptive, we're listening more, we're watching for the signs, we're following our intuition and our inner guidance to lead us to the next step of our evolving. So that is just such an exciting place to be. And the whole intention behind Quantum Tribe is a whole group of people coming together that are on this journey, where we're becoming more and more conscious of where we are at. And yes, there could be a day where, somebody cuts us off in traffic and we lose it and we like, angry, screaming and shouting. And we know in that moment, okay, I've slipped way down to level 1. And that's okay as long as we are noticing this. And then we go back and reflect a bit and say, how could I have handled that differently? That is now us learning consciously. We're looking at the results, we're looking at what we like, and we say, oh, that's great, that's fantastic, do more of that. And we're looking at what's not quite working and say, ooh, how can I tweak that? How can I change that? And of course, the fourth level is the level of enlightenment, where life is happening as me. There is no separation. You understand that we are one with everyone else on the planet. We are one with every animal, the plants, the planet itself. So that is a level where we tend to make more of an impact on the people around us, communities, and even global impact. So the idea is, let us see where we're at constantly and then move up the levels. So when we want to, we keep coming back to this. This is the David Hawkins and his team came up with this emotional scale, which shows us the calibration of each of these emotions. So when we are in a space and we're feeling the guilt and the shame, we can see those emotions are low down on this emotional scale, calibrating at 20 hertz or 30 hertz. Now look at an emotion like love that calibrates at 500 hertz. So what we know so far is that the energy that we put out is what we're going to draw back to us, right? So I'm putting out my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs. And as I put that out, that has an energy, that has a frequency. So as I put out that frequency, I'm going to attract back to me the people, the circumstances, the opportunities that resonate with that level. So if I don't like what I'm attracting back to me, instead of going out there and trying to fix the world and fix other people and get other people to change, we now go internal and say, what are the beliefs I need to let go of that are no longer working for me, that are not aligned with what it is I want to create in my life? Or what are the thoughts, the recurring thoughts? What are the habits? Who are the people in my life? Are they people that add value, that keep me moving up to a higher frequency? Or are they people that are constantly pulling me down into the lower frequencies? So that I'm getting angry, I'm sad, I'm disappointed. Where am I? And what are the shifts that I can make so that I start manifesting on the outside on a different level? So let's look at how we did things in the past, right? If we were living unconsciously, no matter what it is we wanted to do, we were taught that you set goals, you work hard, you have a timeline, and you've got to really, really struggle. And there's a lot of decide, this is what I want to create for myself. There's a goal that I have, and we set out, we break down the steps, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. That is a stage that we've been through, we've worked on, and it has worked. It is a very masculine energy. It is an energy where there is a lot of thought and action and the doing phase. So we go out and we really effort to get that result. We work really hard. We work long hours. We make lots of sacrifices, right? And a lot of the time we're doing this because we're searching for something on the outside to make us happy, to fulfill us. So it's things like we focus on what is missing. So if I'm lonely, then I want a relationship because that's going to make me happy. If I'm sad, I want to be happy. So what's going to do that? If I'm broke, then I want lots of money, and that's going to make me happy. If I'm not well, then I want wellness and vitality because that's going to make me happy. So as long as we're looking outside of ourselves for the happiness, the fulfillment, the sense of contentment, the sense of achievement, if we're looking outside of ourselves, then internally we feel a void and emptiness. And as long as we are feeling that emptiness, we're going to simply recreate the same reality. We're going to attract more emptiness, more sadness, more illness, more being broke. So we're just going to recreate all of that, because that is the frequency, that is where we're at. So if we go back here and we look at it and we say, where would that, where would we be on the emotional scale? If we are saying, I'm sad, I'm lonely, I'm depressed, I'm broke. So clearly we're going to be on the very low end of the scale. So if that is the frequency that we are putting out, that is what we're going to be attracting right back to us. And a lot of the time, this is so rife in the world today. People are so depressed. And why are we getting so depressed? It's because we have a set of expectations of the world, of the people in our lives, of our government. We have expectations. And when these expectations are not met, that is when we feel life is just not working. All of this is happening to me. I am the victim. There's nothing I can do. I'm feeling powerless, helpless. So when we're feeling that way, it is easy to slip into that state of depression. And we know that depression creates that chemical imbalance in the body. But we need to ask ourselves, what caused that? What are the things that we can do and shift internally that will then shift that chemical imbalance in the body, right? And sometimes, you know, if we have people in our lives that are at a point where they are so depressed that they're actually suicidal, then yes, they do need the medication at that point in time to be able to come to a safer place for themselves. But that can't be the only thing. It can't be just medicate someone, you know, so they're not feeling anything anymore. It has to come with the inner work of, why am I feeling this way? What is this void? How can I fill this? Because when I start to fill this void, I won't need that medication anymore. I won't need the outside help to feel fulfilled and whole and complete, happy on the inside. That is entirely up to me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take these levels and we're going to actually work through the month of March, where we're going to create on the 2 levels. We're going to test out a level 2 manifestation, and then we're going to test out level 3 manifestation, right? Because it is only through experiencing this that we understand what the differences are and where we would rather be playing. So a level 2 manifestation, step 1 is we have absolute total clarity on a goal that we want to achieve. So if you said to me, I want to lose 3 kg in the next 4 weeks, or 4 kg in the next 4 weeks, that is what I want, that is my goal. Or you're saying, I want to make an X amount of money in the next 30 days. Or you're saying, I want to find 3 new friends. I want to socialize more. So when we set out the goal, we have to become really, really specific about the goal. So let's take the weight loss one, right? So we're saying, I want to lose 4 kilograms in the next month. So that is a specific goal. So you've got starting weight, you've got end weight, right? Now go beyond that. What would that mean to you if you achieved that goal? So how would your appearance change on a physical level, on a mind level? What is going to shift for you? How are you going to feel differently, right? So become really, really clear. So I'm going to drop a dress size in that time. So I want to focus on fat loss and not muscle loss, right? So how am I going to calculate those figures? Maybe I want to increase my water intake. Maybe I want to eat in a certain way. Maybe I want to go to gym 3 times a week and walk 2 times a week, you know. So set it out clearly in terms of how you see the end picture. So when you have that goal set out, we're going to put out a really powerful intention. So when you put out a powerful intention, this is coming from the mind, right? So that is your thoughts and how you see this end result. So that is the affirmations and the visualizing. So if I'm going to affirm this, I'm going to start saying things like, my body is a fat burning machine. You know, I'm a lean, mean, fat burning machine, something like that. Or I'm slim, sexy, strong, and healthy. I feel great being at my goal weight. I enjoy the increased energy and vitality. I'm exercising easily. I love life. So when we start saying these things, these are affirmations. They're short, they're positive, they're in the present tense, right? It's not I'm going to weigh whatever weight, it's I am. We see it, we claim it as it's happening right here, right now. We have a picture maybe that we put out. So every day I'm going to be saying, I'm slim, sexy, strong, and healthy. I love my lean new body. I love the new energy levels. So the more I'm doing that, the more I'm aligning my mind with that goal that I've set, the more I can see the pictures. I've put up a vision board with pictures of what I'm going to look like. The more I look at that and I can see internally the picture of what I'm going to look like in 30 days from now, right? The more what I'm doing on the mind level is I am sending out an electric charge out into the quantum field. Now, remember, in the quantum field, every possibility exists. Every single possibility exists. So if you're saying it's impossible for me to do that, but hey, I just want to test this, immediately that means you're not going to achieve that goal because you're putting out the resistance to the goal. When you want to manifest on level 2, you have to merge your energy with that goal completely, totally. You must be able to speak it, you must be able to see it, and the most important thing is you must be able to feel it, because the feeling is the frequency. Right? So remember the chart, the emotional scale. When you start feeling that sense of slim, sexy, strong, healthy, vibrantly healthy, energetic, having tons of energy, when you can start feeling that way, how would it feel to have a ton of energy? How would it feel to be vibrantly healthy? How would it feel to be super sexy? How would it feel to put something on and it fits perfectly and you're looking amazing in it? How would that feel? When you get into the feeling space, that is the heart coherence. So the heart coherence means you become magnetic to that goal. You are pulling it to you. You will get the right eating plan will come to you. The right support will come to you. The right friends that would go walking with you or gymming with you. All of these things will start happening and start coming to you because you are magnetic to that goal. So the thoughts and the vision is the electric charge that I'm putting out. Feeling is the magnetic charge that I'm pulling in to manifest this goal. So you can see a level 2 manifestation means clarity on the goal, aligning your thoughts, your vision, and your emotions to that goal. So every day you're going to spend 5 minutes in the morning and you're going to just see the goal and visualize it and affirm it, and you're going to feel it as though it is already done, right? That is how we manifest on a level 2. Now let's look at a level 3 manifestation. So this is the phase where we believe life is happening through me, right? Take a moment now and think about this, or just allow your mind to drift a bit. What lights you up? What is the thing that when you're doing this, you lose time because you're so into it, you're so passionate about it, it's so normal to you, it's natural that you are doing this. What is that thing in your life that really, really lights you up? Because when we want to manifest on level 3, it means that we are observing ourselves and what is calling us. Because that thing that lights you up is the future pull. It's pulling you in the direction that you need to go in. So what is that thing that really, really lights you up? For me, put me on a stage in front of people to speak about this stuff, manifestation, levels of consciousness, transformation, and that is what lights me up. So when I'm there and I'm speaking about this, my intention is to go out and touch the people in the audience and inspire some kind of shift within them, light something up within them that's going to create a shift in their lives so that their lives start moving in a completely different trajectory because there's something that they heard, something inspired them enough. So what is it that lights you up in that way? What is it that when you're doing it, it does not feel like work? It just feels so amazing to be doing this. Because on the level 3, when we start tapping in to our innate ability, our talents, the skills that come easily and automatically to us, now we're starting to tap into why we're here, who we are, what our purpose is, right? So this is the future pull. And ask yourself questions like who am I? What is ready to emerge in my life right now? You know, Dr. Michael Beckwith asked that question so beautifully. What is ready to emerge? What is unfolding in my life right now? What am I ready for? What is my next step? So on level 3 manifestation, we don't need to have the end goal in mind. We're just being where we are and we're saying, can I be completely present in this moment? Can I be completely aware of what is going on around me? Sometimes, you know, the signs are there, the messages are coming, but because we're so busy, we close ourselves off from these messages, the guidance that is there all the time and is flowing to us. So think about it like everything that you could ever desire in your life is flowing to you constantly. Think about it like rain. It's just flowing to you, right? So the abundance that you desire is there and it is flowing to you. The health and well-being that you desire is a natural state and it is there and flowing to you. All the love that you desire is a natural state. It is there and flowing to you. But when we have limiting beliefs, when we are busy, busy, busy with life, it's like putting an umbrella up and blocking out that flow. So on level 3, letting go of the resistance means that we throw the umbrella aside and we open ourselves up to the beautiful rain. So the guidance comes, the blessings are flowing, the intuition, the guidance, the signs. We start becoming aware of what is happening. Like it was so amazing yesterday, you know, there were 2 people that came into the live session and the one person looked at the person that came in the door and said, at some point, we're going to have a conversation. No idea why the thought occurred to him, but the thought just occurred to him. And later on in the evening, I got people to get up and just walk around the room. And when I said stop, I said, look at the person that's closest to you. That's going to be your accountability buddy for the month. And these 2 people found each other. Then when they started exchanging phone numbers, they realized that the first 6 digits of their numbers are identical. So these are all the signs. That means that these 2 people have a message for each other. There is something that they need to share with each other. So now it's about taking that next step and just letting go of the resistance and getting into a place of curiosity and saying, I wonder what this is about. I wonder what I need to say to this person or what this person needs to say to me. I wonder what awakening needs to happen here. So when we start going into that phase and asking those kind of questions, life is just exciting at that point because it's, I really don't know, but isn't this amazing? Because there is some message here for me. Likewise, you could be taking a walk in nature and there's some message that's coming. A butterfly comes and lands on your shoulder. And you look at that and the butterfly, what does this mean? It's transformation waiting to happen, right? Sometimes when we're living very unconsciously and we are so in our minds and we're busy, 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 then we need a wake-up call. And the wake-up call is not always pleasant when we're unconscious. You know, it can come in the form of an illness, an accident, you know, a breakup, these kind of things. And then when these things happen, it like jars us back into the present moment. It pulls us into this moment to say, okay, what is going on? So I'm saying, when we're working on level 3 manifestation, we don't need the wake up call if we choose to be completely aware and present. So I'm here, I'm alert, I'm watching, I'm listening. What are the messages for me? What are the signs? Now I am tapping into unlimited potential. That is what the quantum field is, unlimited potential. Every single potential already exists in the quantum field. The greatest love that you could ever desire, the greatest abundance you could ever desire, the greatest health you could ever desire, all the happiness, the acknowledgement, the appreciation, whatever it is you desire, already exists in the quantum field. The question is, are we tapping into this field? Are we raising our frequency enough so that we can tap into the field and then bring in that guidance, bring in that the signs, the messages, the intuition, so that we can then act from that space. If we're working on level 1 and 2, we ask a question, right? We have a problem and immediately we go into problem solving mode. Okay, there's the problem. What do I need to do? What are the steps? But when we're working on level 3 manifestation, we look at it and we'll say, okay, this happened. This is here. Wonder why this is here. Wonder what lesson this is here to teach me. What is the best possible way that this can resolve itself? Now we're tapping into unlimited potential. So whereas the conscious mind may think about one solution to the problem, the quantum field can offer unlimited solutions in the fastest way, the easiest way possible, right? And with the best possible outcome for you. So which way would we rather do this? The conscious, limited way? So remember, conscious mind, 5%, subconscious, unconscious, 95%. Which one has greater influence on us? Surely the 95%. We need to tap into that power that is there and start drawing from that. The field is unlimited. Surely we need to be tapping into this field and getting our answers, our solutions from this field. So the resistance part, the teachings of Abraham is a very, very good example of what resistance is. So imagine you're in a swimming pool and you have this big beach ball and you're trying with all your might to hold this ball under the water. It requires a ton of effort to hold this ball under the water. But when you let go, the ball will do what it is meant to do. It will bob back up to the surface, right? So when we let go of the resistance, we get into a state of allowing. Can you imagine a life where you didn't resist anything? So you get up one morning and you have a headache. And you look at this and you feel, okay, I have a headache. Maybe it's time right now for me to experience a headache. No resistance to that. And as you let go of the resistance, maybe the thought would come to you, I had that coffee with the dairy, and I know that my body doesn't like dairy very much. So, I see why I have the headache. Whereas if you're resisting it, you're going like, oh no, I've got so much to do today. I can't handle this. I don't need this. What's the pull that I can quickly pop to get rid of this as fast as possible? So we're always looking for solutions on the outside when we're living unconsciously. Whereas when we're living more consciously, we're linking, we're connecting the dots. We're saying, these are the thoughts that I had, and this is what happened. If I like what happened, I keep thinking those thoughts, right? If I don't like what happens, how can I tweak these thoughts? How can I tweak the beliefs? How can I tweak the emotion, the vibration, the frequency, so that I'm shifting what I'm creating on the outside? So we're constantly observing what is happening in our lives. Can you imagine a life where we don't want to change another person? nobody could ever break our hearts. What they do is they break our expectations. Because when we have a set of expectations of how people should behave, how relationships ought to be, how the government ought to operate, how religion should be, as long as we have these expectations, whenever those expectations are not met, we become angry, sad, depressed, fearful. But when we let go of the expectations of other people, we get into a state of flow. We're letting go of the resistance. We're observing what is. We are allowing life to unfold. And I know a lot of this sounds really, really scary. It's because we've been conditioned to control as much as we possibly can control. So we can't just jump from unconscious, complete control, stressed out life to completely conscious, right? It's like going to the gym, so you say, I want to start exercising now because I want to lose 10 kg. So you go to the gym, you work out for an hour really, really hard, you step on the scale and say, what happened? I'm supposed to have lost 10 kg. That didn't happen. Why? Or you want to build some muscle and then you go there and, you're lifting weights for an hour and then you go back and say, where's the muscle? Why am I not ripped? So all of this takes time to build the muscle, to lose that weight. So if you consistently going to the gym, if you're consistently eating the healthy food, then you'll see that weight will disappear. You'll see more muscle tone, it will happen. So likewise, in the process of us becoming more conscious, it's a muscle that we've got to keep flexing. So the way we would do that is, let's say, for example, there's a challenge that comes up and immediately you go into reactive mode. Why is this happening? This shouldn't be. This is how it should be. How do I do this? Why is this happening to me? That's your reactive mode. So your mind is going, blah, blah, blah. And then you realize, oh, hold on, that's the old way. Let me just stop for a moment. Let me accept that this is what's happening right here, right now. So I let go of the resistance. Let me be quiet for a moment and tap in. What's the message here? What's the lesson for me? What am I going to learn from this? What is the best way possible to resolve this? The moment we take the lesson, the solutions become very easy. So this is where we're tapping into that higher power. We're tapping into the quantum field. We're tapping into unlimited potential. Every possible solution. We're tapping into that. And we're allowing these answers to come to us. We're allowing the next step to be revealed to us. And when that next step comes, the intuition, the guidance, we follow through with action. So we're not acting from an unconscious place of absolute total control. We're acting from a place where we are more aligned with the outcome. We are open to receiving the best possible solution, and then we act from there. So we're allowing this unfolding to happen. Can you imagine a life where you are living in awe and anticipation and asking yourself, I wonder how life is going to happen through me today. How can I be in the most receptive state possible so that life moves through me? It takes courage, to let go, because we're conditioned to be in control. So that is why I'm saying it's like a muscle that we've got to practice using this. So maybe we won't take the part of our lives that needs the most dramatic change right now. Let's take something smaller and apply this level 3 manifestation to that, right? So our practice for the month, we're going to have one specific goal that we're going to set. That's one practice. And we're going to apply level 2 manifestation tools to that one goal. So that means you're going to get very, very specific about the goal. You're going to write out some affirmations that are going to link up with your goal. You're going to visualize that goal. And most importantly, you're going to feel what it's it's going to feel like if you already have that goal, you've already achieved it. So that is the one practice. So in the morning, before you jump out of bed, just take 2 or 3 minutes. That's all it takes. Lie there, go through the affirmations, see yourself as already having achieved that goal, feel what that's going to feel like. And then at night, just before you go to bed, take another 2 or 3 minutes there and do the same process. See the goal, and it's always good to write things down because you can read it, and then you have the affirmations that you've written out. You can close your eyes and visualize it and feel, bring up the feeling of I've already got this. It feels so amazing. I'm so excited about this. Oh, life is amazing. I am a master manifester. Right? So that is one goal that you're going to set for yourself that you want to achieve in the next 30 days. And you're going to practice this for the next 30 days, right? For me, when I want to do a new practice like this, I'll take a calendar and I'll mark off the starting day and the end day, and each day that I do it, I put a tick. In the morning, I'll put a tick that I've done it. In the evening, I'll put a tick that I've done it. So when I look at the 30 days, I should see 60 ticks over those 30 days. Then I've done that. Now we look at the results. What have I manifested, right? Then the second practice for the month, which is completely separate from the first one, right? We're going to spend some time in silence. We're going to spend that time contemplating more, listening, asking questions like, what is ready to emerge in my life right now? What is unfolding for me right now? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What am I most passionate about? What lights me up? And you're going to start contemplating and listening to what is coming through. You're going to be super observant as you go through your day, looking for the signs. Who are the people that are coming through into your life right now? What new circumstances are presenting itself? What opportunities are coming to me? What guidance? What big idea is just coming to me? And a lot of the time we think that I had this great idea, but actually the idea came to you in a moment when you were receptive, because every single idea already exists in the quantum field. Right? That is why sometimes two people in two different countries will have exactly the same idea, and the one will think the other one stole the idea. But it's not that they stole the idea, it's that the ideas all exist in the quantum field, right? The field of all possibility. And it's that these two people tapped into that field with the same frequency at the same moment and received this idea. So when you're in that receptive mode, then you start you're much more open to these ideas that come. And when the idea comes to you, sit down and look at it, contemplate it. Is this my next step? Is this what is emerging for me? Is this what is now unfolding for me? Now, how can I take that further? What action can I do? Can you see? So we're still going to take action, but we're not taking action from the 5% conscious mind. We're taking action from being connected into this larger field, and we allowing the field to guide us to say, okay, this is where you need to go, this is who you need to talk to. We get this intuition that says, call this person, you need to attend this class, you need to read this book. These are the signs that will then move us along this journey. So we're just completely present, we're in the unknown, we completely connected, and we're saying, all right, what is unfolding for me? What is my next step, right? So this is really, really exciting. I hope you're going to take a deep dive into the practices. Remember, our journey to self-mastery cannot take place in 1 hour a month. It cannot take place, I do this one and I skip the next one and then I try to come back. Your journey to self-mastery is something that unfolds. It's something that has to become a daily practice with you, so that You don't need to take time out of your day to practice it. It needs to become a part of your day, a part of everything that you do in your day. That is self-mastery. So I wish you well on this journey. Just two announcements that I have. On the 11th of March, which is on Wednesday, I'm going to be having a talk called Introduction to Conscious Living. I want to do this talk as many times as I can to groups of people, even in corporates. Go in there and do this talk so that we are putting the message out in terms of what unconscious living looks like and what conscious living looks like. And for people that want to make that transition, take that step to introduce Quantum Tribe. So I need your help to grow the tribe. And remember, as we grow the tribe, you will have more people that you can network with, that when you need assistance with something, there's more people in the community that are available for that. We can start supporting each other in business. So help me grow the tribe. So if you know anyone in the Durban area that would be interested in a talk like this, send my details through to them, ask them to contact me, and I'll invite them to that talk. On the 28th of March, the Midas Touch workshop, that is just such a brilliant workshop. The last time that I did this workshop, 2 people in the group actually got overseas trips 100% paid for. I mean, that was just crazy. You know, we've had people finding their dream jobs, and it's just amazing the shifts that happen when you go into your money beliefs. What are the limiting money beliefs that you have? Let's find them, let's eradicate them, and let's start aligning your energy with abundance and wealth. That is what the Midas Touch workshop is about. The cost of it is 1,200 Rand. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Onamo Hotel, 28th of March. And you know, I always give the Quantum Tribe subscribers a big, big, big discount on any of the workshops, and that will always be even when we have other practitioners coming in the future. And the Quantum Tribe subscriber cost will be 777 Rands. So if that is something that you're interested in, give me a shout and let's get you booked for that workshop. So have an awesome, awesome day and have a great month practicing the manifestation tools. Take care, Quantum Tribe, and all the very, very best.